Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on the YouTube account. So it's been about a week since we've had the release of the Awakened version of Belinda. Want to show you a couple places that she is being utilized. Now overall with the hero herself, we did get the trial version. It gave us a trial version which is pretty built, actually at a 60 engraving. Now the 60 engraving is not the recommended, guys. A lot of players are saying the 30 or the 41 engraving is really the way to go, focusing on the damage aspects that she brings, getting to that 41. So of course, doing the attack, doing the crit, even looking here, doing a lot more of the magic resistance, but this has haste. Haste, guys, of course, is very, very important. Magical Pierce, the crit damage amplification, again, very important. Haste, Magical Pierce, amplifying the damage that she is going to do. Now, within some formations, I got the trial version of her, as you can see right here. I tried her out in the Cursed Realm, and this is why I'm feeling like she is not really the really big build priority. So within the Cursed Realm, the leaderboards, she was being utilized in a couple different teams. If you look right here, guys, doing a lot of damage with the build out within this team. Now, I tried this exact team. I tried it multiple formations, multiple times. With the trial version, I could not achieve the same results. I wasn't even close. Some of the other setups that we used within the Cursed Realm with Cursed Friends worked a lot better damage wise. I believe it is going to require a super high investment in her to see these kind of numbers. Again, I tried 10, I think 15 times with the Awakened version of Belinda. Couldn't get the numbers, could not get anywhere near these numbers. Also big effect in here, of course, with the pet. The pet deals with the survivability issues that we can see. The rest of these kind of buffing up that Awakened version of Belinda. So again, we're seeing her utilized in here, but it doesn't seem like it is going to be a game changer. We still landed in the top 12. Now, one place, of course, we are seeing her as a really, really big game changer, guys, is the Tower of Light. This is the reason I went up 20 floors yesterday in the Tower of Light. Even looking in here, guys, right here's the Awakened version of Belinda. You can see it right behind the grassy orb. In the towers, we knew without a doubt she was going to be a game changer here, guys. Even looking, the only thing you're looking to do, guys, is she ults. And then she ults. And then she ults. There you go. She wins the battle by herself, guys. Even looking 23.01 billion damage in that formation specifically. It is just the ult, guys. That is really it. She is very glass cannon, meaning that buffs with her are going to amplify her damage a considerable amount. But in addition, you have to make sure that you can keep her alive. That's where Sonya is going to come in. That's where Hendrik's going to come in. Really putting some of the defensive aspect behind her versus her kind of being left out there. We've also seen her paired with a couple other heroes, guys, including Rosline, just for the ultimate ability, because she is all about ulting, like what you just seen there. Definitely want to build her out, want to ult. But again, priority-wise, this is what we talked about before, guys. Priority-wise, the Awakened version of Brutus is still seeing a lot more utility in a bunch of different game modes, including the Crimson Snow, used within the Temple Rift, the Grand Hunt. A lot of different teams in there really utilizing the Awakened version of Brutus, followed by Solus. Now, the Awakened version of Solus, I get a lot of questions every single time we do the live stream, every time we kind of go back and forth. The Awakened version of Solus and Brutus, guys, both have a tremendous amount of utility, which is the reason why they are really still the primary heroes to build in either formation. Now, when you look at the big picture, you know, the 10,000 foot view of AFK Arena, it is a lot easier to build out a lot of the damage dealing heroes that we see within AFK Arena, where it does make it a little bit more difficult with heroes like Solus being such a strong support, or heroes like Brutus, where he not only does damage, but he also does have a very, very high crowd control aspect, which is the reason it makes him super effective, guys. There's a couple of heroes within AFK Arena that kind of fill kind of a niche within formations that only they can fill, and that is the reason why Brutus, again, is seeing a lot of utilization. And then the Awakened version of Belinda, again, a damage dealer. Even if you don't have her built and you have the original version of Thane built, he will still work incredibly well in the tower without having the Awakened version of Belinda. Again, we're not seeing her yet within campaign formations. And I don't know if she's going to be within campaign formations, just for the simple fact that one, she's new, she's very expensive to build. Even looking at most of these that we've seen before, I believe the Awakened version of Belinda probably wasn't even out when some of these were completed. But now that we're seeing her in here, again, meta formations, and we've talked about this quite a bit, when it comes to meta formations, when it comes to campaign formations, they haven't really varied much at all. We've seen Mishka added. She was probably about the last hero that was really added to campaign formations. Viability for her really there. We've seen Halos that was added in here, again, just for a unique kind of filler. Buffing up with Lucretia, like you can see right here on the bottom. But overall, guys, the campaign formations haven't really changed very much. And I was surprised actually going through the Temple Rift, going through the Grand Hunt, that Belinda didn't make an appearance in there, just because, again, a lot of whales that build her, a lot of different builds. But overall, guys, we've seen it all focused on the warrior tree. We've seen it with Antandro, we've seen it with Anasta, we've seen it here with Brutus. It was all about the warrior tree and the tank tree in here. Versus it being the mage tree. We did try a couple times with the mage tree, but overall, guys, not super effective in that aspect. So would I build her? She falls, I would say, probably about the A rating when you look at a tier system. Looking at from S to A. S class, I would absolutely say Brutus and Solus would be our two S Awakened heroes, probably followed by Baden. I would say the Awakened version of Baden, the Awakened version of Belinda, would both fall into kind of that A class, where we're seeing him utilized quite a bit, but not as much as some of the other heroes at this point. Could also be that a lot of players don't have them really built. The other thing to remember, guys, is look to see what heroes you can borrow. This is really one of the big things, guys. So from my Graveborn account, I actually borrow a fully built Awakened version of Baden. That means that I'm not going to build him right now because I can borrow him. For the Twisted Realm, for the Cursed Realm, for the utility that I have for this hero, guys, I can borrow the built version of him. So I really don't have to worry about it. If you have someone, if you're in a bigger guild, if you have some powerful friends or some high-level friends on your friends list, definitely making sure that you can get a copy of the Awakened version of Baden. Same goes with a couple others like Brutus. Even if you can borrow a copy of Brutus and then go ahead and build the Graveborn hero, it makes a big difference. So you have a couple choices in here. Again, I'm not going to build the Awakened version of Belinda. I know she's going to have a lot of utility in the tower. I'm also not going to build the Awakened version of Baden because I know I can borrow him. I'm going to save my cards. I'm going to see who is coming up next, guys. We're actually up to 130 cards. So as we continue to build up those time emblems, it is just going to take a lot of time to get enough copies out of there to really make it effective. All right, guys, so that'll do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.